I got somebody in here. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So tell everybody what, and anybody who does super chats during this, I will get to them at the end before we close out and do the drawing. But tell everybody who you are and what you're here for.
So my name is Joe. I have a YouTube channel called Steel and Wood Outdoors. I haven't made a video in a little while, but I'm getting ready to start back up. Um, and I wanted to come on because, sorry, go ahead.
I want to ask one question. Why are you stealing wood?
I've watched your channel for years and years. I mean, probably since 2010, 2011, something like that. So it's been a long time.
I didn't tell anybody to go steal wood.
But yeah, I wanted to come on just with the video you made about cleaning guns, and I agreed with most of it. But there was a part where you talked about basically some rifle shooters will talk about that cleaning your barrel in between shooting is detrimental to accuracy, and that's bullshit. And I disagree. I've got
bullshit. First off, I said there's people who disagree on the science behind that, but the people I'm talking to, I said you're not a competition shooter. Period. So
okay. Well, the reason why I wanted to come on and talk about that is where I got started in shooting basically was wanting to get into long range shooting, which, as you know, is expensive as hell. You talk about match ammo and reloading and rifles and scopes and everything else. But back, I don't know, 2011, 2012, Ryan Kleckner put a video out with the National Shooting Sports Foundation where he talked about only cleaning your bolt actions barrel, or really scrubbing it, cleaning it, every 400 or 500 rounds, because you have say when you get a brand new rifle, you have the pores of the metal inside of the barrel, and it takes about 20 shots for those to get filled in, any imperfections with the copper fouling. And then when you clean it, if you clean it aggressively every time, you have to basically shoot some fouling shots, is what they're called, before you shoot a match, because the first, say, 10 rounds will be kind of inconsistent. You might have a flyer or two before you get that powder fouling. That's, you get a certain amount of powder fouling, and then that's as much powder fouling is going to basically happen. As the bullet goes down the barrel, it's going to clean out any excess as it goes, but you have that consistency. And I know from personal experience, I've always been taught that you clean your gun every time you go out, and I do that pretty much on most of my guns, except for my bolt action that I use for long range, because I have noticed that a 2-3 minute of angle group that you get once you've fired those first few rounds, or those fouling rounds, then the group tightens up, and it will tighten up for 200-300 rounds, and then after that you get to a point where it gets dirty enough where it starts opening back up, and that's when you really need to go in and clean it. But other than that, I agreed with everything. But that part, I was like, no, that is true.
Well, I think you misunderstand one of the things I said, because I didn't say it was garbage. I said most people shouldn't even be worried about that, because the chances of having a gun fail because they didn't clean the gun far outweighs their need to be that accurate at a distance. So being a regular shooter doesn't justify not cleaning your gun. Maybe if you're a professional shooter. But also, I've seen a couple of studies on that, on the barrel harmonics. I believe one, I'm looking them up here, but I can't remember. I think one was from UVM ScholarWorks. And they actually did vice tests, through the fouling shots and fouling shots. and found minimal difference between the pre-fouling shots and the after. So some of it might be, and there's people who say it's absolutely 100% true. It'll make a difference of 2-3 inches. And then there's other people who be like, it'd be a millimeter if you actually vice race the rest of the gun. Most people go wide on their first couple of shots because they know this is just a fouling shot, so they don't even bother to try. So I think the science is there to a degree, but people really overemphasize how much of a difference it makes. And for most people, it doesn't matter, because your gun should just be clean and ready to go, because the risk of a failure, if you're shooting competition, a risk of something failing because it's not clean isn't life or death. But for someone who's using their guns for self-defense or to provide food, a gun failing because you didn't clean it properly can be life or death. So,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why I say I agree with most of what you said as far as the function of the gun, keeping the action lubricated and clean and everything. I totally agree with that. I mean, I've got a friend that shoots competition every week, and he has a tricked out CZ Shadow 2 that he has probably, I guess, maybe like 5,000 rounds through. And just the other day when we went shooting, he was showing me the slop and the slide. And I'm like, yeah, because you're running sandpaper through it because you never clean your guns. He cleans his guns once a year. And I'm like, are you? And he's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It still functions. I'm like, yeah, that's why your gun's half falling apart.
And that's why it actually failed for 5 times faster than it should have failed. So,
yeah, exactly. But, you know, that's just what I wanted to come on and say. And also, you were talking about, was the class Paul teaching it or Roy? Roy was there, but it was Paul in front of the class. He was actually, teaching that. No, it was really, really good time. The first time I ever been in Oregon. Yeah, I'm in Georgia. So, but, always wanted to meet the guy, and he said he was going to do this last set of classes, and my wife was like, "Hey, dummy, buy a ticket. What, plane ticket? What are you doing?"
Like he's going to be doing them forever. So,
right. Anyway, that was just what I wanted to say.
Yep, I still wish I would have met him. I never ever got to meet him, and I never got to do the video I wanted to do with him, which was, like I say, nothing. I didn't want to actually be involved. I just wanted to have him doing his normal video, and I wanted to sneak out of the bushes behind him and snip off one of his curls and then sneak back into the bushes. But I don't think that's going to happen now. So, well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. And everybody with the drawing, good luck.
Hope you enjoyed your class.
For sure. Hey, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later.
Later.